And we're back. I'm Jen.
I'm Lindsay.
Welcome back to Shaken Unfiltered 2026.
Yeah.
We've lasted this long until our next year. I'm so excited.
I think this is season 2.
This is season 2 officially.
Yeah.
And 6 months plus on the air. This is kind of amazing.
Dang.
And 84 followers on Instagram. We're growing. We're getting bigger. We have big goals this year.
All right, drinks in hand.
Drinks in hand, ready to go.
Mic's on. All right, today's episode is called Resolution Season, Reps, Regrets, and Reality. So it's that magical time of year when everybody suddenly owns new leggings, the gym smells like ambition, and every machine is mysteriously taken. We are joined by a very special guest today. She is a gym regular, a competitive bodybuilder, and somebody who actually knows what she's doing in the weight room. We're talking funny gym stories, fitness myths, and what really works, and how to stay motivated without losing your sanity. So welcome, Amy.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
So Amy is not only a gym rat. Is that a fair term?
It's like a gym bunny, maybe. No, more like a gym feral cat.
Yes. She's also my sister-in-law, but even before that, we were friends. We were cheerleaders together.
Which means she married my brother. I just want to know how gross that is.
Did you set that up, or did that happen like
Ew,
a sleepover?
no. I would never do that to my friend. I love him, but it's my brother.
Was it like come over for a sleepover? Oh, hey,
Yeah.
who's that in another room?
Yeah.
Talk about it, black it out.
We cheered together. We were sorority sisters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we've got, we go deep.
We do. We go back to Lindsay wearing tall, crazy socks at cheer games and people getting real serious about it.
Oh, they didn't like that.
They did not like that
Oh.
deferring from the costume.
Awkwardly enough, I didn't take it seriously, if you
Weird.
can imagine.
It was shocking, yeah. And I did.
Yeah.
Which tracks from all
Yeah, it actually does.
Took it way too seriously.
All right, Ames, tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about your background and like the fitness journey that you've been on.
Journey. I told you not to use the word journey.
I did it.
Well, oh gosh, I don't know. I like to move my body. How did it start? I was a dancer, cheerleader, like she said. I did some fitness and ballet in college at CSU in Fort Collins, and then I worked for the newspaper. I was a journalist, and my first big job was at the Daily Camera newspaper in Boulder,
Awesome.
which is a huge fitness mecca for people
Yeah.
who don't know Boulder. And I was after crawling through a couple different beats, I ended up being a features writer with an emphasis on fitness. And I remember one year, this is kind of where it popped off. So, and meanwhile, obviously living in Colorado, you're always doing things. Like I'd been doing races in mountains and Long's Peak and whatever. But we got a bunch of really interesting press releases of these like weird workouts. And finally I was like, that'd be a fun story to like just try out a couple of these and review them. So I did like 3 and I reviewed them for just 3. And then it popped off at the newspaper. And so for 10 years, I did a different workout every week that I called Workout of the Week. And I reviewed them, kind of like you do food reviews.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that like was really interesting in helping me just first be okay with being very uncomfortable, which is the number one thing for any goal, but also for fitness. You have to be okay with being not okay. In order to build, you have to tear down, right? And so I became really good at being bad, being the worst person in every class. And for 10 years, I explored basically, and I found things that I loved. I found things that I didn't love. I found that I loved the challenge, and that kind of got me addicted to first the novelty of trying new things all the time, which I'm still obsessed with, but also like setting mini goals, seeing how you can push yourself through all that discomfort. That's when I started started CrossFit, which was my very first kind of fitness, like, that kind of lifty, weighty thing. And then I discovered circus stuff, which was big. And
That's
I
like the
loved
aerialist
it.
stuff, right?
Yeah, so I loved to like hang from the rafters. It was a blast. It was scary. I was an adrenaline junkie. I loved it. But what ended up happening after doing that for about 7 years was I got really strong on the top and I had no ass at all. My legs were so much less strong than my upper body because circus is very upper body intensive. So I started training with a personal trainer to strengthen my lower body for balance because I just started looking stupid.
Top heavy, not in a good way.
Yeah, like I just had giant shoulders and literally no legs. And so I started lifting weights. I trained with various personal trainers until eventually my husband got into lifting weights. I started lifting with mostly dudes, and this is years enough ago, 10 plus years ago, that like there weren't a lot of women lifting heavy at the time. And when I started moving heavy weights, I started seeing crazy differences in my body. And I was like, people had been telling women to do this all wrong. This idea, like high reps, toning, all that stuff was doing nothing. It was just wasting my time.
Yeah.
When I'd move big weights, I felt good, I started looking good.
Yeah.
And that's when I got addicted to competitive weights.
Yeah.
So I ended up becoming a power lifter for a while and going as far as I could go with that.
And we should point out that Amy is what, maybe 5 foot tall?
Yeah, I'm 5 feet tall. Yeah, and I worked my way up to, I think I had 17 state records, a couple national records, and I got a world record, and I was like, now my hips hate this, so then I went into bodybuilding. So that was kind of that journey. I did bodybuilding. Through it all, I have stayed natural too, which is a difficult thing in competitive weights.
Which that means like no
steroids. Despite my shirt, which I am wearing,
shirt.
which says steroids, cocaine, and hookers. Which is a famous shirt from a famous weightlifting gym that I really like.
I love it.
Called Old School Iron, so shout out to Old School Iron. But yeah, so I did compete in the Olympia, things like that, which was really rad. But also, yeah, it kind of started with really being uncomfortable and that discomfort in the ability to put myself in places where I sucked really kind of made me feel okay going into a gym with a bunch of big meathead dudes and being like, wait. And now now I lift with all girls who lift like that.
That's
and
awesome.
The guys, honestly, we show them up. It's one of my favorite things to do.
I think that's where I get hung up in the beginning because Lindsay knows how I feel about working out in gyms. So I describe this, and people laugh at me when I say this, but I actually believe it. I don't like working out in public because I'm very like self-conscious. I have anxiety, so I compare it to taking a shit in public. Like
It's not unlike that. Sounds like it sometimes.
I feel as uncomfortable working out in public, especially like at a gym with people who know what the fuck they're doing, just taking a shit. So I try to avoid that, but maybe that's my inherent problem is that I need to work out publicly. Take the
more
shit
poops
publicly.
out loud.
Yeah.
And own that poop.
Own that poop, man.
Right?
Run loud. Everybody
Yeah.
poops. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Don't they piddle too?
Oh yeah, like that is a kind of a common thing with
Yeah.
female powerlifters. When you pick really heavy weights, sometimes they do pee on the platform.
I
have
do that when I
lost-
sneeze or I laugh really
Yeah.
hard.
See,
Yeah.
or you,
Same.
yeah.
Okay.
So you're already there.
See,
You're
I-
good.
all right.
You're doing it.
But also, I think a superpower, especially in the gym, or at least for me, is fun. So if you're having fun, who fucking cares if you look stupid? Seriously.
But
'Cause
starting
you-
out, I think that's a problem I think with a lot of people who are brand new, like me, new year. You want to, but you're so intimidated of going there and being visible with people who've been doing this like forever, right?
So do you like do that to people? Like, do you look at people and think about them?
If you were in a class.
Yeah, do you though? Or are you thinking about yourself?
No, we're all thinking about ourselves.
That's right. And
Yeah,
so is
yeah,
everybody else.
Yeah.
I
Are you
promise.
sure?
I promise. I don't notice. That's the thing. When you're in the gym, you're in your own space.
Yeah.
And nobody's
Fair
thinking
enough.
about you. And that is a promise. I promise that nobody's
Okay.
watching
All right.
you.
Quick question. What was the weirdest workout when you were trying the...
Oh yeah,
God.
that's great.
Oh, that's such a good question. It's been so long, but let me
Did you
think.
do a goat one?
I did do goat yoga. I did archery. I did wall dancing, which was pretty cool, where you like put on a harness and then you do fitness with your feet on the wall.
And dance?
Yeah, and you dance. I did
Hanging?
kind of. Imagine that you're horizontal to the wall, like
You're doing
Why?
like two-stepping on the wall.
It's really hard for your core.
Oh,
Oh.
so you're like planking.
Mostly for fun.
keeping your legs up and like having to like maintain
Yeah.
that. Oh,
It was stupid. It was weird.
fascinating.
I did cloud swing, which was like very high up in the sky. A big swing that was really fun and weird. I did fencing.
Oh.
And live to tell.
Yeah.
I did. I can't even think. Like I did literally anything, everything I could come up with. And there's always different stuff in Boulder, which is one of the things I love about Boulder, is how creative people can be with their movements and their challenges. I did like these kangaroo shoes that like bounced really high.
Oh, I've seen those.
Yeah, those were fun. I'm trying to like scrolling through it in my brain, and I did like things like Irish dancing, simple things like that, which was actually really hard.
Although I will say I do look at the people with the kangaroo shoes and
They're strange.
and I judge them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like also they're having a blast and they're having more fun than you.
And the
So-
weighted vests.
So I'm gonna
I hate the weighted
yes,
vests.
I know she's shaming for that.
Yeah.
Also, I just have to add in a quick little Gen X shout out to kangaroo shoes back in the day, were the cool little tennis shoes
Oh,
with the
heck yeah.
pockets. the little zipper pocket on the side.
I know what
I
you're
don't
saying.
know
You
what this
put your
is.
milk money in there. They're called
Yeah.
kangaroos. So
Oh.
yes.
These are more like these weird
Like a-
wiry contraption
Yeah.
things. Yeah. I mean, that's not even the weirdest thing I've done. I have to like really go back and think, but a lot of the strange stuff I did was circus stuff that I ended up
Yeah.
falling in love with. I did like oh gosh, I can't even think of them all. There's so many fun ones. But,
Okay, before you get into anything else, you got to tell us cocktail of the day.
Okay, so obviously alcohol and bodybuilding aren't gonna go together in any capacity. But I'm not in prep right now, so I have drinking a little bit in the
Well.
past couple weeks. But I don't drink a lot. But when I do, I'm really boring. I just drink red wine and champagne. But I brought you guys, and my husband sometimes can make me an Aperol spritz, but I don't really know how to make drinks. And I'm a lightweight. But I brought you guys my favorite non-alcoholic drink, which
Oh.
sounds not cool, but I fuck with this stuff. So here's my surprise to you. It's the Trip
Ooh.
Mindful Blend, and
The
I like this
Trip.
flavor, elderflower mint.
I would love elderflower.
So I
Oh.
drink these every day. When my husband has his whiskey, instead of having a whiskey, which I don't like, I'll just drink one of these.
it's non-alcoholic.
It's non-alcoholic.
Let's crack it open.
Let me tell you why
Yeah.
this slaps. It's 25 calories, okay? Not that I'm counting calories,
Check.
but if you are no fat, no low carbs, low sugar, right? No added sugars. Also no protein, which sucks, but that's
I was
gonna
gonna ask
for the
that.
rest of the
Yep.
day. But what I love is it has magnesium in it, and
Oh.
I sleep like shit, and the magnesium helps me sleep. So here,
And
this is it.
no THC, CBD.
No, but it has lion's mane mushrooms in it,
Oh.
and some of those other. Sorry,
That
some of those
might have
other
found
good
my
things.
new dry January beverage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
okay,
really
I'm
love
gonna
it.
try
So you
it.
can get them on Amazon, and they come in like a pack of like different flavors.
Whoa.
It's so good,
Okay.
right? It
Yeah.
actually tastes good. It only has, I think, it's like 5 to 7 grams of sugar, so it's low sugar too. They taste
Damn,
good.
that's delicious.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now you
I'm all
could
over
definitely put some gin in that and make
Oh.
that a
Oh,
good
vodka.
drink. And then
Yeah.
you get your magnesium gin.
And
But-
throw
Yeah.
some protein powder in.
Yeah, stir in some creatine. Actually, yeah, make yourself a creatine
That is
if you want.
delicious.
If
Yeah.
you want to. some-
Okay.
The
I'm all
Trip.
over this. So
Yeah.
this, yeah.
I love it. I drink them
Elderflower
every
mint,
day.
love it. I'm
And
getting
there's
it.
different flavors too. There's like a melon cucumber that is really, really delicious. So I highly recommend those, and I drink those every day. And those will not, even if you are on like you have like a fitness goal right now that has maybe some specific parameters. This is not going to really derail anybody.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Love
That's
it.
Awesome.
yeah, and I forgot to note the whole point is it does relax you. So you can't, so it has crap in it that I don't remember what is it? Is it the ashwagandha maybe?
Oh,
And that's
yes.
the L-theanine. But what this combination, it actually does calm me down.
You noticeable difference.
Yeah, I notice it, but one time Lindsay gave me a breathalyzer to see, because I thought I was really drunk and they had a handheld breathalyzer. I thought it was totally shit-faced.
It was like 0.001.
I don't think it was even that high.
Like she could have still drove.
Yeah, they were like, "Who can drive?" And I was like, "I can't. I'm so drunk."
Oh, I'm
She's like,
fucked
she's like,
up.
"Have you ever actually been drunk?" So I don't know. Maybe I'm not the person.
I love it. Well, that definitely beats my my tonic and bitters cocktail.
Yeah, that's
for the
really
month.
good. All right, well let's jump into some of the fun fitness stories. Like the gym world is just full of there's crazies, there's
Yeah.
the ones that just go there and walk around, there's
Yeah.
the people who actually know what they're doing, and
Those are there just to like find a date,
yeah.
hook up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so like what has been like one of the what do you want to do? Like strange, weird, wacky stories of your gym career.
Oh man,
Something that made you a little itchy, maybe, or
itchy. Oh, like pre-workout that makes you feel like you have ants eating your face.
no, itchy as in like you're just
Creepy.
uncomfortable.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I
Yeah.
took it.
Ick.
I took it literally. Oh yeah. Well, if you take this particular pre-workout, it does make your nose itch.
Pass the Trip.
Oh yeah, here, get it. Trips. Oh gosh, let me think. The cringe story, maybe.
Or maybe we ease into this and talk about stereotypes. What are your
Oh.
since you are the professional in the environment, what are the stereotypes?
Gym personalities.
Yes.
Oh gosh. Oh.
The grunter.
Remember, I don't watch everybody at the gym, so but I really don't. Like I think that there are people who are quite serious. Some people I think go because they it's for themselves and they just want to get in their own, go on their own, and they kind of are closed in. And some people are there for the social aspect.
Yeah.
That's where all my friends hang around. So
Hibernate? Is that what you were gonna say?
I guess they do sometimes go in there in the winter and like bundle in. I don't really know where else to meet people, so I do think it is a good place if I were looking for a date. But I do think the creeper guy who comes on and he's chatting you up and you're like and you're having your head, excuse me, and you like lift your head, okay, and then he keeps talking, like that guy. That is a stereotype, but I work out with my 6'7" husband, so I don't get a lot of those. Not a lot of those people come to me, but I do see them to some of my single friends. I guess the power lifter, I mean, I can speak like a little bit more specific, but like there is definitely a stereotypical power lifter person. Power lifters, as a former power lifter, I feel like I can make fun of them with authority. They're very serious and particular types, and they need their special barbell and their special calibrated plates, and they're gonna weigh the clips, and they're gonna they get real serious. And that was me too, for sure. They come out in their singlet to train sometimes to make sure it's exactly like this.
And they all video themselves when they're lifting.
Oh yeah, that is true. Okay, I mean, a lot of times, sometimes coaches request that you send videos so they can check it and
form
see it.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing is to see one of my favorite coaches, Swede Burns, actually one of the best powerlifting coaches in the world forever. He used to tell me, I don't care how it feels, how does it move? Because a lot of times you're in your head or you think it didn't feel good.
Yeah.
Did it move was his question always when you're picking up heavy weights. So yeah, he would be like, I don't really care. I don't care how you felt about it.
Yeah.
Watch the video. How did it move? How fast did it move? Like, how did it look? And not how did it feel inside.
So when you go back and look at the video, you can kind of forget about how it felt at the moment.
It doesn't matter how it feels. Did you do it? Because your feelings are like clouds, right? They're always moving and changing. And so if you're relying on your feelings to help gauge what you're doing with your goals and how you're not going to ever I'm never going to get anywhere because I'm going to be sleepy. Right? And so, but my body is here to play.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So you mentioned early on, like what I think kind of was the catalyst was the challenge of all of the fitness stuff and like the achieving those like small goals and stuff like that. But also you mentioned the social piece. So like, is there anything else like that more specific that made you fall in love with the gym?
I like to set goals. Yeah, I think it's really fun. I'm very competitive, unnecessarily competitive, as Lindsay knows. We'll compete about anything, and I think it's fun. And to me, competition is a love language. It's not a challenge. Like it's not a conflict or whatever.
It's a way to engage. Right?
It is so fun. It's like saying I care enough about you to give you a lot of my effort. And so that to me is a competition. If I'm apathetic, like that, I don't care, right? But if I want to compete with you, I find you as a competitor. That's an honor. That is a compliment. So if I see you and I'm like, oh, let's fucking go, that means I respect you. I'm going to give you effort.
Amy and I had, for about 5 years at her parents' house, there was a cup. It was like an Excalibur cup.
It was from a cruise.
It was stupid. Yeah, it was, I don't know why, but we both always would try to get there first so we could get the cup.
And then who burned it? Somebody set it on fire. Yeah, you burned it. You melted it down.
Yeah, because we would fight over it. And then finally I thought it'd be really funny to just burn it so neither one of us could have it.
Which was the only way to end that.
Well, but then the worst part about it is that her daughter at the time was very young and she saw me burn the cup and I think she saw how much we loved it and she started crying.
Yeah, she didn't understand.
Yeah.
She's learned since then.
Yeah, she knows.
One time Lindsay and I did have a competition of who could drink the most espresso shots at the casino.
Yep.
So some competitions are bad.
Yeah.
We got sick.
Jittery.
Like 11 shots of espresso back to back and you're going to throw up. Don't do that.
Your heart is
explode.
Oh, yeah.
Nearly died.
Yeah. Oh, and
good times. Good times.
The poops the next day.
It was pretty much an enema.
Yeah,
actually.
it was. It was.
But I do think the competition and the challenge is really fun for me. To see what your body can do is so interesting. And I don't feel like you really know yourself at all until you've really pushed yourself to your edges. And that is physically and mentally. And the gym is mostly a mental game. So I think it's a part of self-actualization and self-knowledge to be able to really push yourself to the edges. And people who live in the safe zone you don't really know who you are unless you're uncomfortable. Just like you don't know anybody until you traveled with them or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And so I do think that discomfort is a great teacher.
So the gym it goes beyond just the physical part of it.
It's mostly mental. I am mentally dependent on it to not suck the most.
Yeah.
I do think it's a good release for me, and I see that for a lot of as well.
I exercise for me is like it calms me. It does. It calms my anxiety.
100%.
It's stress relief. Yeah.
It really is. And I think if you're doing it for all of those reasons, I do want to make sure that you guys note that I have not talked about the physical side and the aesthetics, because that is just a side effect. And so if you're going for these intrinsic, deep purposes, that gets you through the long haul. If you're always trying to like look hot or whatever, you're gonna have ups and downs. Like I'm bloated right now. Like I went to the Nuggets game last night and ate stadium food. Like I'm not gonna let this day and how I wake up feeling today define what I do with my fitness journey.
Although you do have a banging body.
I mean, but if I do, and of course that isn't always it's an opinion. It's like a feeling. It changes too throughout the day and throughout the week. But even if I do, what is most is that I'm being a good mom because I've lifted weights and I'm showing my daughter how to be strong, how to set goals, how to achieve those goals, even if it sucks, how to be uncomfortable.
That's amazing.
And like how to like take care of yourself too. Like these are things that I think are way more important than being
Is that one of my questions was like the biggest misconception about bodybuilders and fitness competitors is like I always thought it was really about the look, the
vanity, right?
I mean, and it's very interesting because, and I can only speak for myself because that might be some people's story. And I do know that sex is a huge motivator. Let's not lie and pretend that people don't want to look good naked, because we do. But I personally, I don't know, like I think that the body is very interesting, and it's very interesting how we can change it and shape it. And I'm curious about that. So here's your trip.
Get more trip.
But so I don't know, like I can't speak for all bodybuilders. There are probably some that do it purely to look hot. And I mean, everybody has their motivations. I just wanted to see if I could do it.
Yeah, which it feels like it would be more of a long-term approach to it. Like if you're just trying to get hot and you do, then what's next?
Always.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, the same is for, even if you're just like, what, can I do it? That's true too, I guess. Yeah. But I think for me, it was like, what am I capable of? And how, what can I learn here?
Yeah.
And also, like, it's just, what if?
Yeah.
What if drives most, if not all of my choices, for better and worse, mostly worse, but curiosity, right? Like, you don't know unless you try it.
Right.
And if you fail, you're like, cool, well, I know that's not my thing now, but like.
That's an amazing mindset that we should apply to like so many areas of our life, right? You just gotta try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do think curiosity also takes so much pressure off, right? So if you're going and you're approaching something from a place of curiosity instead of expectations or instead of judgment or whatever the other motivators might be, you can't really fuck up if you're just curious.
Yeah.
What's this like? I don't know. Let's go check it out. So like next time you're going to go to the gym, instead of going in with like some expectation that you have to like look a certain way or act a certain way or know everything or whatever it is that might be holding you back in your head, say, oh, I'm just curious. Like, what the fuck is this stupid looking machine? How does this feel? What does this feel like? How much weight can I move with my body on this piece of equipment? And what does that feel like? Okay,
I love that approach. Like for me, coming off of holidays and then dry January, like obviously I've got pounds to lose, but I think I get stuck on the number, right? Of like, oh, I want to lose 10 or whatever. But if you approach it as curiosity, then every day that you engage in it, you're learning something, right?
Yeah.
It's not, and the weight hopefully is the byproduct of that, which I love.
It always is.
I love that perspective.
It's just, it's just an experiment. Like everything on this weird and wild planet is just an experiment. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Like
why not experience it?
Yeah, just play. Like, okay, so check my nails. What do they say? Play.
She doesn't have her glasses.
I don't have my optical.
Play more. Literally, play more. Go play. Go have fun. Go check it out. Experiment, explore, be curious, what is that like? Like, okay, maybe that didn't, I don't like that. Well, what's that one like? I don't know. I just think that there's no way to fail that way. So the byproduct, your body feels better. And when
That's
your
a
body
great
feels
approach.
better,
Right.
your mind feels better. Your mind feels better,
I
you
love
get more
that.
curious, you keep moving.
So, Ames, have you seen the resolution crowd at the gym?
Not so much.
Because she's not looking at them.
I
remember?
actually,
Right,
I
right.
might,
Remember?
I'm
She's not
actually,
looking at me in there with my
I promise-
Old Navy sweats on.
I don't know how to say this without being a bitch, but like, not you, but whoever is not that interesting. Like, people think they're so much more important and interesting than they are.
Yeah.
And I am speaking for myself as well. Nobody's fucking watching me.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
If I take off my shirt or I leave my shirt on, nobody's paying attention.
Really though, I think that
And if they are, that's like
if
their
I was
thing. It's
if I
nothing
was
to do with me.
there, I would be like mesmerized. Like, wow, like how did she get to be at that level? Like, I would just be like, yeah, really intrigued.
Would you be intrigued by this shirt?
Oh,
Steroids.
I want to know the recipe.
This is the recipe I brought you guys today. No, but in truth, I do think that like if somebody does have a judgment, just like in anything in life, it's
Right.
really on them. It's
Yeah.
about them. It has nothing to do with you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there has to be a time though when you've noticed like something happened.
I don't like when people like take my fucking equipment when I'm in the middle of using it. That's annoying.
Yeah, because it's set for your body.
Oh.
And but like, let's say I have like I've had this happen before where I'm like literally doing like weights and someone just comes and takes them in between my set and it's just kind of like,
And like your
What?
towels there, and
yeah,
your
like
water
why
bottle.
did you
yeah.
why did you do that? Like,
Yeah.
but I assume the best of people and I assume they just didn't realize.
A noob.
Yeah.
Yeah, or it's actually oftentimes like a trainer who's like just trying to get through
Oh.
their stuff.
Oh, got it.
And so instead of being like, that was mean and a personal attack, I'm just like, well, maybe he is really stressed right now about this client
Yeah.
and I can just pivot.
Well, okay, so then tell us, what is gym etiquette?
Yes.
I think it's like just respecting other people's space just like you would in the world. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to let you do your thing.
Yeah.
You let me do my thing.
Yeah.
Don't let your thing get in the way of my thing. So don't put your sweaty butthole on where I want to put my face, please. And if you do, just wipe it down. Don't be gross.
What about music? What if somebody brings in or is playing music without headphones? Is that annoying?
I have my headphones on, so
You don't
I don't really care.
So it's defensive.
Yeah, if you want to like play music, like I've got my noise canceling headphones on. So it doesn't
Which also
bother
defends
me.
for the unnecessary chatter, you said too.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't want to engage
Yeah.
with someone in the conversation,
Yeah.
you can just like, it's the visual block of like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I get personally quite annoyed with the commercial gyms. Like Choose is a great example. I used to go to Choose. Maybe I shouldn't be maybe I shouldn't be using names because you guys' podcast. This is just my opinion, not theirs. But they have rules like don't slam weights, no jump, no grunting, no heavy lifting. And then they're like, next to that, there's a sign that's like, this is a place that's inclusive for everybody. And I'm like, it's not. You literally just said not to do the things that I'm here to do.
Right.
What do you mean no grunting like that? Now I'm self-conscious.
Yeah.
Like, if I am picking up heavy enough weight to make a meaningful difference in my body composition or my strength development,
You're growling.
It's gonna not be silent. It's like giving birth, dude, sometimes. Like, let me express myself.
Yeah.
Like, that helps.
Let the pain out.
Come on. And nope. And like, if that intimidates or offends somebody, like, again, like that's just tune it out. Like,
Yeah.
it's not, let it be.
There's no like, what about like clothes or nobody cares?
Wear whatever you need to wear, whatever you want to wear.
Mm-hmm. Excessive sweating, just wipe yourself
Just
off.
wipe it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't let your choices get in the middle of my choices.
Your
really.
steroids,
makeup.
cocaine, and hookers.
Yeah, leave my steroids, cocaine, and
makeup,
hookers
no
alone.
makeup.
I wear makeup usually to the gym, but that's because I get ready in the morning and I don't want to do it later.
Well,
So,
she has to put eyeballs on.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
and I'm blind, so
Yeah.
I put my contacts in anyways, and may as well just do it all at once. But
And
I
I
don't
never wear
care.
makeup to the gym.
yeah, it's just really, I don't care. Like, if you want to, like, do. If you don't. Like, I usually do, but that's just because I'm wearing it.
I saw one of my DECA coach took like Insta video of a class I was in. And I saw it on Instagram. And I mean, it was short. Like, she was just kind of like spanning across everyone. And I saw myself and I'm like, oh my God, I look so disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, why
Good,
would
then you're
I?
working hard.
Yeah, I was like red and sweaty
Yeah.
and I don't wear any makeup and my hair was like slicked back and greasy. And I was just like, oh.
Yeah, there's like a
Pooping face.
Yeah. Yeah. I was shitting in public.
I do have exactly. I have an album on my phone of stupid faces that I made while lifting that I really liked. So yeah,
Oh my
and
gosh.
I kind of think
Please
it's
share
funny.
that.
Mhm.
I should. Okay.
Socials.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'd have competitions with my husband, like in competitions, whose faces were worse, and then whoever's was the worst meant they were actually trying the hardest.
Oh yeah, because you guys had told me you got to get the double chin and stuff, right?
When you're squatting,
Yeah.
puts the spine in alignment.
Okay, weirdest piece of gym equipment.
Oh.
Do you remember when we were in Gold Shores and you were trying me?
Oh my God. What was that?
We were at a hotel.
Yeah, it was so weird. It was just the design of it was like you couldn't pull down the lap like the lap bar was like intertwined with like the rest of the equipment to the point it was not
And
functional.
the room was like, the equipment
bad.
piece was too big. The room was too small, so like,
Yeah,
she
you hit
was-
the walls.
Yeah, she couldn't even do like some of
It
the
was so stupid.
leg stuff because it was hitting walls and
Yes.
stuff.
I worked for Rep Fitness for a couple years, which is a gym equipment company. I just quit last year, and in their marketing department. I love Rep, and Rep makes great equipment.
Oh.
But in that, I got to become pretty critical of gym equipment.
The
And-
anti-rape machine.
Yeah.
Can anyone do
Oh,
something
the good
better
girls,
than-
bad girls.
Yeah. Oh.
Those are my favorites.
It's so awkward just be sitting there
You just
doing the anti-rape machine.
which is the adductors and the abductors machine is what it's called. I mean, just in case somebody doesn't know what machine you're
I think everyone knows anti-rape.
anti-rape. I think of it as I mean, it depends. Or is it the head crushing machine, depending on which way you're going?
Oh.
Are you trying to crush a man's skull like a watermelon?
Mhm.
That's
Or
why I do it.
trying
so-
to entice.
You're
Or
not
like-
leaving my grip.
Yes. Are you holding him down? I don't know. What are you doing?
Okay, what is a piece of equipment that you think is bullshit and it's all marketing and commercial?
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. I think a lot of equipment is unnecessary, and really I think you can do anything you want with just the OG stuff, the free weights, the barbells, the dumbbells. Stop making it complicated.
But those are scary.
Well, then a cable machine is nice for because that you can adjust the weight more easily and quickly, and it's less intimidating, I think, for some people.
Yeah.
And you get the tension on both the eccentric and the concentric, right? So when you're pushing a barbell, for example, like a bench press, this pushing out, you have the weight, but coming down, there's not like the same resistance.
Oh.
And if you were going to do
You didn't know what those words meant, did you?
On a cable-
I'm nodding.
Yeah.
On
I
a
was
cable
smiling and
machine.
nodding too.
on a cable machine, okay, you can think of it as like a dumbbell, right? When you pick up a dumbbell, it's harder than
Yeah.
when you put it down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So when you're on a cable machine, which a lot of people love to use at the gym, you get that same tension on both. You
Oh,
can
got
have
it.
that on both directions if you're not slamming the weights around.
Hmm.
So that's a nice benefit. I learned in bodybuilding, bodybuilders use a lot more cable machines. When I was in powerlifting, I never used one, barely ever. I don't think I ever did.
What about? Sorry.
But I like cable machines. I just think like a lot of those people try to make things more, like they just try to make things more complicated than they need to be, or they try to just invent stuff that just isn't necessary.
Yeah.
The basics are always the best.
Yeah.
They're
What
the-
about classes?
I think classes are really supportive and good. It's like having a coach because you don't have to think.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that a lot of times a big barrier for people lifting weights is not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
And not knowing how to make it effective,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like you might go and if you don't and not see results because you aren't pushing,
Yeah.
you don't know how to organize that.
Yeah.
So I'm a very big fan of structure,
Mhm.
and having a plan, a coach, or a class, I think is super smart.
I like the classes because it's the accountability piece too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I've got friends in the class. And so
Exactly.
if you're not, we're texting, like, are you going to 7:15? Or
Uh-huh. Yeah.
so that kind of just forces me. And like, if I'm not there, I get a message,
Yeah.
like, where were you?
Yeah, exactly. And same as a coach, like a coach
Yeah.
is going to hold you the most
Yeah.
accountable because it's just you. But if you can't afford a class or a coach, having a plan, I think, is a really smart idea. And there's a lot of really good apps that have pretty basic plans.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can tell you some of them. I think I might even have them on here still. Let's see if I still do. I think that the Sweat app, I think, was pretty good. I can also send you some.
Yeah,
if
we'll
you're
put it in the
interested.
show notes.
But yeah, I think that there are some pretty good apps that I've used. I used to use Aptive. I think, is that what it's still called? They sometimes change the name on that one. But they any kind of a structure, I think, can make you see results a little quicker.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So speaking of results, we're thinking about resolutions and stuff. How does somebody who's not at your level, who's more at me and Jen's level?
Yes. No. Not even. No. My level.
Yeah.
Like get
say,
out.
Lindsay,
Get
I
out
worked
the
out on you.
outhouse.
Shut up.
How do you set realistic goals?
How do you start?
Yeah, how do you start, and then how do
Yeah.
you set? Yeah, and then how does those goals evolve?
Yeah.
Well, actually, there's a lot of real data about how to set goals that work, and I actually have an article I wrote about that I'd be happy to share with you as well. That I
Yeah.
don't have off the top of my head, but just like any goal, like something that's measurable is always beneficial, but also like attainable, like that
Yeah.
perfect balance between pushing yourself and not not pushing too far. That's not practical and not sustainable. So like starting from zero right now. Let's say you're not.
Well, she
lifting
does
at
the
all.
weighted vest.
Okay, nothing wrong with the weighted vest.
I shit on the weighted vest all the time.
I
know.
mean, I think to put it on, fuck it, do it.
I
If
did.
you
does.
like it, do it.
I did, and Lindsay shamed
Good,
me, and I
start
took this
it.
picture of myself walking through our neighborhood with it, and then
No way.
in front of me there were 3 women my age with all their doodles. I'm like,
Mhm.
this is such
And weighted vest.
self for Collins,
Yeah.
like midlife.
That's all right.
Maybe.
That's all right.
Yeah.
You're doing it though. So
See, I'm
good.
doing it, Lindsay.
Ugh, fine.
Keep it on. Keep it on. And then next time wear it on the stair stepper maybe.
Oh, okay.
Let's try that. So you have it, you've worn it, you're comfortable with the weighted vest.
So
Now add
first-
just a little bit more.
Okay, so first steps for someone wanting to do weights.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't hurt yourself. So you're not
Mhm.
going to it like blind and just
Yeah.
ignorant. So what would you do?
Okay. If you're not familiar with how to use the equipment, I would start with the coach. I would
Okay.
hire somebody to walk you through the gym and show you how to use the equipment.
In most gyms, don't the owners typically do that? Like,
Sometimes, but you're gonna want someone to go with you through it all. Like
Okay.
you're gonna want someone to go through a month with you, or
Okay.
at minimum 3 times,
Okay.
so that you can see how to use it safely and you know what you're doing, and then you don't feel stupid either. And like, cause that if you feel like you're doing it wrong, or you get frustrated.
Yeah.
So, and it's honestly, it's easy.
And do you
Nothing
think
is hard there to figure out?
Harder to keep the motivation when it's at home? Like if you have some equipment and weights, whatever. at home?
I think it is,
Okay.
but I have a home gym and it's convenient, but
Yeah.
I never work out as hard at home. That's
Oh.
just my
That makes
personal
sense.
thing. Cause I cat laundry and stuff, and there's
Yeah.
a cat, and
Yeah.
he's
Yes.
snuggly, and you
and
know,
bed.
there's a TV.
Yeah.
There's too many distractions.
Yeah.
I find that I work out harder at the gym, but if you can't get to the gym, anything's better than nothing, right?
Mhm.
So that's the thing. Is just I think the key is to just do whatever that vibes with you.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what it is.
So if start small, what you feel comfortable with, build on that, and then set measurable goals.
Yeah.
But then how do you keep consistent without burnout?
That's where those goals matter, I think. And making those goals something a little bit more meaningful to you than get a 6-pack, because that isn't a very, that's not a goal that's going to push you through the hard times. So my goal always has been and always will be, I want to be strong enough to handle whatever life throws at me. I've had hard things happen to my body in my life, and because I was strong, I was able to survive those things that would have killed a weaker person. There's a quote that I really love by Louis Simmons. He's a famous lifter, the West Side Barbell, that says strong people are harder to kill and more useful in general.
Oh,
And it's
wow.
fucking true.
Yeah, that's
And that is a motivator to me.
profound.
So you want to have osteoporosis when you're older. You want to fucking fall and break your hip and die because you broke your hip, or you want to be able to handle it. You want to be able to see your grandkids get older. Those are the real things that keep you going back. Also, there's a lot of the mental stuff too, where there is also a lot of evidence that lifting weights and resistance training benefits you cognitively as you get older too. So if your body and your aesthetics aren't enough, there's so many other reasons. So finding the reason that really speaks to you will keep you going. When the next thing comes that tries to fucking kill me, I will,
not if.
because it
When?
does.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause we're not immortal. It's going to happen
Right,
to you
right,
too.
right.
Are you going to be able to take it?
Yeah.
Fair enough. So What are your thoughts on tracking? So you said apps. Do you log? Do you like journal? Like what do you do to like kind of track your progress?
So I think that's going to be a personal thing because some people get very triggered by numbers. And if numbers are a thing that causes you stress or anxiety or to spiral into disordered eating, then I would not fucking do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So some people benefit from that, some people don't. I am a data dork. I track. I love data. I love charts. I love all of that stuff. And I don't have an emotional attachment or response to any of it. So whatever I weigh is whatever I'm weighing at that time. And so that works for me. If weight, and I do not like the idea of weighing yourself unless you're in a weight classed competition, because it's so deceiving and irrelevant, very irrelevant. Because if I drink a little bit more water or I don't,
Right.
there's so many things that go into your weight, and also weight is stop weighing yourself. I mean it.
Another bubble up.
Yay.
But how about instead start tracking how much you're moving, your weight you're moving. So this is fun. Instead of saying I have lost 2 pounds or whatever, which very much might be just a turd that you dropped.
You had a big poop.
Yeah, I mean, serious. Instead of that, how about I was able to put 5 more pounds on the cable machine this week, and tracking that kind of data instead of tracking the data that might trigger you. So track the positive growth instead of the growth that causes you anxiety. So when you lose 5 pounds, or let's say you wake up and you gain 5 pounds, you're gonna you weigh 5 pounds more. That feels like a big thing. When you put 5 pounds on your bar, that's a big thing too.
Yeah.
So that's a bigger thing. That's an actual meaningful thing.
And more
So
positive than
focus
negative.
on that.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing that and you're focusing on that, it's like that will motivate you. Oh my God, I'm moving more weight than last week. That gets you to wherever you need to be. Don't worry about the rest.
So I'm gonna ask you. I want to hear your most embarrassing gym story.
Oh God.
But while you're thinking about
Only
that,
one.
yeah. before I'm gonna tell you a quick story. Nate and I are doing a 90-day fitness challenge. We just started today.
You did.
Yep. And Nate's we have a coach who's monitoring everything, and we went and did this whole weigh-in stuff, and they measure body fat and all that stuff. So anyways, she provides you with not a calorie, a protein intake and water intake. That's her recommendation. You have to hit this every day. And so Nate says something like 200 grams of protein a day. And so this morning I made him this protein oatmeal thing, and I was so excited. I made it for both of us, and I was like, "Here, go, baby, I've got extras in yours." And he goes, "Oh no, I'm just not eating the next 90 days."
No.
I know. I was like, "I'm seeing your sister today, and I'm gonna tell on you."
No.
Yeah.
So what are your goals with this challenge?
He's not going to gain muscle.
I know. I told him that.
He's going to just ruin his metabolism.
He's going to wither.
Yes.
He's going to ruin his metabolism, and then when he comes back, he's going to gain more weight. He's going to gain fat that he doesn't want.
Oh, quick question on that note. Intermittent fasting. What are your thoughts?
I think that depends on the person as well.
Okay.
I know I sound like I'm being flighty,
No.
but I'm not. I think a lot of stuff is really dependent on your body, your lifestyle, your goals. And I love to eat constantly, so I would not do that. I would not enjoy that mentally, and that would not be sustainable for me. It's sustainable, it's good, the end. So if you can do that for a long time, or you're doing it for a short period of time only, knowing that it's for a specific end, like a bodybuilding competition,
I like it.
but it ends.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do not look like a bodybuilder right now for a reason, because I care about my health.
Yeah.
It's
So-
not supposed to be sustainable like that.
Your goals at the end of 9 days. What did you say?
So it's a competition. So I think number one, that's why I wanted to do it.
Who defines winner? What are the parameters?
So it's amount of muscle mass increase percentage amount.
okay.
Yeah, and then there's also this subjective piece about attitude or something. But
So how do you measure? This is a very layman question. How do you measure muscle mass?
Amy,
I mean, I'm not, the in-body machines that they
Yeah.
often use are really not that accurate. So the really only ways that as far as I understand, and I am very open to being corrected, but is a DEXA scan or a water displacement, which you're not going to be doing at a gym. You're going to have to go to the CSU sports facility and do that, which I've done. And that also measures bone density, which is why I went to measure my bone density, because my mom has osteoporosis, and I wanted to see where I was at to make sure that I was doing everything I could to prevent osteoporosis.
Okay.
And so, but that also measures more accurately your fat, and so in the case of this, it's not going to be super accurate, but I think the point is to just get people doing something.
Yeah, totally. And to have them commit to 90 days.
Yeah.
And then the benefit that I want out of it is they gave us a meal plan, a whole cookbook. I love the because I never know how much protein I should get.
Right.
Because I have been doing, I used to do a bunch of cardio and running and stuff. And now I've completely switched over to just doing strength training.
Oh.
And so with that, like, I don't know what that means from a protein perspective. And so that was really nice that, like, she at least looked at.
So what's your protein intake then? Because you're just tiny. I mean, both you gals are very like.
She told me I had to get, it was like 115 grams a day.
So what does that look like in terms of food translation? Like
bunch of chicken. Is as far as I can tell from the meal
your sous vide.
yeah. Protein shakes, like a powder she recommended. There's a lot of like protein bars that she said are good and stuff like that.
Oh.
I think it's just a lot of meat. Is that right?
Yeah, lean meats, right?
Yeah.
Like lean ground beef or
Salmon
lean beef,
was
salmon.
on there.
I don't know how to cook fish, so I never did that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, just chicken.
Yeah.
Lots of chicken, lean beef or lean meats, but
There's a lot of avocado.
yeah, and that's like a healthy fat.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I think that the amount of protein that you're gonna have is gonna be really dependent on your goals as well.
And I think that's the hardest piece for me is like the nutrition side of it.
Yeah.
Because I like to eat too, but like I think I've always been more on I try and just eat very healthy or very little because that's what my mom did.
Well, interestingly, one of the biggest lessons I learned in bodybuilding was how much you need to eat to actually gain muscle. And this is why I'm just gonna absolutely make fun of Nate for doing that, because I was eating so much more when I was lean, like stage lean. I was eating so much more than I ever imagined. And when I started lifting weights, one of the biggest surprises I had was how much more food they wanted me to eat. And that how much more of a difference in my body composition that had in a positive way, because I was eating more better things.
So what did you cut out? Because we all have our vices, right? So what did you cut out, or what was like less than like what you would normally have?
I mean, when I was in prep, and this is specifically about bodybuilding, this is not a lifestyle thing, but I wasn't eating a lot of extra sugars and stuff like that, which was the main thing. Carbs were still very high. I was still eating, when I was in prep, and I was stage lean, which is extremely lean, I was still eating close to 2,300 calories a day. At my size, I'm 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
In the like peak week, I was eating like 1,800 was as low as I ever got. And that was very high protein. I was talking like 225, 250 grams protein.
Oh my gosh. So I think that's though something that growing up is, I think a lot of women had that mindset of just eat salads, just don't eat often, you know, like.
It was the whole like 80s mentality of like, drink your diet soda, your salad, and just,
And I think that's that's really, really hard to get that out of your head and to shift over to actually like trying to eat and eating the right stuff.
One of the coolest things, I had a great coach and I still really, really respect him. His name's Connor Kovacs. He's amazing. And I did 2 years of bulking before I started cutting for a show. So I spent 2 years of putting on weight as much as I could with lean foods. So he had me eating so much a day. I was literally like force feeding myself sometimes rice and chicken, seriously. I was eating so much because it got my metabolism so fired up in like the best way. And I put on so much muscle in 2 years as a natural bodybuilder. Your only weapon is going to be food.
Yeah.
It's it. Food and recovery. Sleep. Lots of sleep. I mean, obviously water, but like that's implied. And then, food. Because you're not taking anabolics. So you don't have so you have to be able to use food as fuel to put on muscle, because you're competing against people who are using something else. And so
steroids, cocaine, and hookers.
Well, we keep the hookers when you're doing natural lifting, but we get rid of.
But that was part of the circus.
Yes. Yeah, hookers for sure.
Yeah.
Circus.
What about recovery though?
Sleeping is so good. Yeah, and we don't lift every day. Like I think that is I'm a big 80 now. It's lifestyle. So that was bodybuilding. But lifestyle, I think 80-20 rule is a very healthy rule to live. So 80% of the time, I'm going to eat as healthy as I can. And 20% of the time, I'm going to do whatever
Yeah.
the fuck I fucking want.
Yeah.
And that's how I can
like
do it
it.
for the rest of my life.
It's not extreme and sustainable.
Yes.
It is.
You're not denying yourself. So then
No.
you're like, fuck, I really want that piece of birthday cake.
Then have
Whatever,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Then have it. And the same as
And don't
fit-
feel guilty about it.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Because you're doing 80-20 and like just like move on. Like
Yeah.
a thing that I think people get into is like an all or nothing
Mm-hmm.
mentality where they think if they make one mistake it's all over and they just throw it all away. And that's the biggest problem I see. Okay, so let's say you have even if one day a week you completely fuck up, you're still like 85%
Right.
compliant.
Yeah.
And like that's
I love
really
that.
successful.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah.
You're going to make a huge difference. Now,
Don't shit on yourself for the one day.
yeah, or even
Yeah.
if you do it for a month, come back.
Yeah.
Like, just, it's okay.
The
Like,
holidays.
Awesome. Yes.
whatever.
That's where I'm
just
at.
keep moving.
What about pre-workout? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I like coffee, so
Yeah. Yep.
I don't take stimulant pre-workout because I'm already, as you can see, like a little hyper.
I'm strong.
Very, but I do like some kinds of pre-workout that give you like a pump, but that's just for fun. That's not necessary. I take creatine though, so that is a thing I really support. Not just for muscle building, but there's so many other benefits of creatine, especially for women.
Cognitively as well.
I thought you were going to talk about cuckolding.
Cock.
Cuckolding. Yeah, I don't
Stay
do
tuned for next
cuckolding.
episode. When we unpack that.
Next, so cuckolding is a really big part. No,
That's our February episode. Valentine's Day.
no, but creatine I like, and I take a little bit of protein powders, but I try to keep most of my protein as just a natural source,
Yeah.
just because I have a bitch ass stomach,
Oh, yeah.
belly aches and stuff.
But then recovery too, do you ever do like the cold plunges or saunas or red light therapy or anything like that?
Good
or is-
questions. I'm so curious about all of that.
I don't really.
No.
I think that some people benefit from it, and like JD loves cold plunges, not after lifting weights. There's a lot of science that it's
Oh.
not great to do
Like,
after.
it's a shock to your heart. I
Yeah.
heard, right?
Well, it's more so like for muscle synthesis.
Oh.
So he'll just do it on days that he's not lifting, sometimes for fun, but he doesn't put that with his workouts. So JD is my husband, and he likes to get cold. I don't. So I'm not gonna
I
do
did
that.
read somewhere recently they were saying that cold plunges are not ideal for women. That our
Oh.
chemistry is different.
I don't-
And
Yeah, there's always going to be studies
Yeah.
about everything.
Yeah.
And there's a study that says that it's better probably too.
Right, of
So,
course.
so I don't worry too much about
There's
like
probably a
those
study
trends.
that alcohol is really good for you.
actually, if you read the news now, they're just saying actually it's pretty good.
Really?
Yes.
I'll believe it.
Which is great for my industry. Please buy more. It's a tough year.
But like that's in the 80-20
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
You know, like if you're not trying to do a show, like let yourself have a drink every once in a while and don't stress about it. But recovery, I think what's way more powerful than anything is just getting enough fucking sleep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Over anything, over any scam or any gadget or whatever, any trend, just sleep.
So what's ideal
man.
for you?
Oh, like 40 hours a day, probably. It's pretty good.
So go to sleep Monday and we'll wake you up on Wednesday.
I honestly would love that. I'm like Sleeping Beauty. I need to never wake up except for to get kissed and then go back to bed. No, I am always tired. But yeah, I always sleep 8 hours at least.
Yeah.
If I can sleep 10, that's pretty nice for me, honestly. Like, I love to sleep. But,
What are your thoughts on the whole like Ozempic trend
yes.
right now?
Shortcuts never work.
Mm-hmm.
Shortcuts always have side effects. Remember that. That's my thoughts on it.
Mhm.
Don't. And like the whole point is take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So if there's something that has a risk or even an unknown,
Right.
not about that,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Like you trying to cause problems. I do know people who've had some pretty bad experiences with it. So I know a girl who took the wrong dosage and is now dealing with thyroid cancer.
Oh
So-
shit.
yeah, so I don't know the details of that, and I'm not saying that I'm a doctor and I know
Yeah.
that that's the exact reasons why, but that's what she told me. So, yeah, do I think that's okay? I think if there's a medical necessity for medicine, for something like that, sure, but like to take something for those, I don't understand
your
that.
vanity 10 pounds or 15 pounds or
Just
whatever.
go
Yeah.
do some work, dude.
Yeah.
Get some, and it's good for your brain to do something hard too. Like,
Yeah.
like the easy way just doesn't get you. You're not going to be happy.
Long term.
You're not going to be happy with
Yeah.
it. You're probably going to cause more problems. And now you're dealing with those. So yeah, I think that's goofy.
Okay, most embarrassing gym story.
Okay, this isn't my most embarrassing because I every week have a stupid gym story. I'm always gonna have a bad story. I'm never not embarrassing myself at the gym. So, but I have this one that sticks out as just a super special time. So when I was competing in powerlifting, I was flying to Las Vegas for a competition, and there's several things that I needed to pack. So I needed to pack chalk, which helps with your grip, because I was doing a deadlift competition specifically. So I needed the chalk for my hands, for my grip, to hold the barbell, to help with that, because you can do that.
Also known as cocaine.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
Interesting
Interesting foreshadowing.
ruined the punchline.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. She
Okay.
didn't. Dun, dun, dun. Foreshadow. Then I had baby powder, which you put on your thighs so
Yeah.
the bar doesn't get stuck on your thighs. Don't mistake those two because they do the opposite. Baby powder helps us slide up.
Oh.
No, it's so much worse. Then I had a bunch of protein powder, and I didn't want to bring the whole big jug,
Right.
so I brought it in individual baggies because I was eating very specifically. I was on a, I
Dime
had
bags?
I had a weight class I had to meet. Yeah, something like that. Okay, I also had a food scale
Oh,
because this was for measuring my food because I had weigh-ins and I had to meet this exact weight class because I only qualified under this exact weight class. If I missed my weight, I would be in Vegas for no reason.
Right.
Because I couldn't.
well,
I
the
didn't-
hookers.
I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, no reason other than the hookers.
Right.
Which I would have, done anyways. But I
And a
didn't
roll
want to.
C note for gambling.
Yeah, I didn't want to go all the way out there and miss my weight
Right.
class because I for sure didn't qualify in the next weight class up. And then I had my powerlifting singlet, which looks a lot like a Mexican wrestling unitard. And so I was packing it all in, and I was like, okay, I don't want to lose anything, and what if my bags get lost,
Yeah.
right? So I decided, in my brilliancy, to put that all in my carry-on. So I'm going through security, and all of a sudden, it clicks, then, not before.
That moment, you're just the blood drains. from
All of
your
a sudden, I'm
face.
like, I just handed the security person
a
that's
couple
going through this
kilos of supplies.
about 15 bags of white powder.
Dude, that's the way to do it, though,
I-
if you actually were smuggling it. Just,
I-
right under their nose.
A huge bag of
Oh,
other
goodness.
powder, another bag of another powder, and a Mexican wrestling singlet,
in a scale.
and a food scale that measures in grams. So I realize this is happening as it's going through, and I'm just like, shit, and they pull it to the side. Well, right then, I'm starting getting this conversation. I had another bag too, and then I was helping this other bag. It got all chaotic, and then we left, and we got to the gate, and then as we were getting on board, I was like, I never got that backpack with all of my
shit.
powders in it, and they're
It's
boarding.
sitting at the security.
And they're boarding, and I have a competition the next day, right?
What'd you do?
I ran as fast as I could, but JD and I, my husband again, we decided that we were going to dress up for this because we were going to Vegas, and we're like, let's just get all cool baller, right? So I'm wearing thigh-high stockings, a little short skirt, a button-up top, and he's wearing a suit, and I'm wearing heels. So now we're like, shit. And I was like, well, let's go. And we start running, and we're now sprinting through the
In
airport.
heels.
I take my heels off. I'm
Yeah.
running, and as I'm running, my stockings are sliding down, and my skirt is creeping up. I am now running, and I'm going so fast, my whole ass is out.
and
and my-
didn't look good.
Right?
I don't think it did because I was wearing. I mean, I don't know. And I had my stockings were now around my ankles. And we finally make it down there. Now imagine this: you're the security guy holding all these baggies of white powder and Mexican wrestling singlet, and the girl who comes up and is like, "That's my bag,"
Sweating.
dripping
Yeah.
sweat, ass out. Thigh highs down, holding stilettos next to a guy, a 6'6",
with
massive, terrifying man in a suit.
Yeah, like your bodyguard
With
or
her
something.
her security.
Black
Him.
on black on black.
Her pimp.
For sure looks like and has been a security guard in his past.
Oh my god.
And he's also dripping sweat.
Ah,
Anyway,
did you make it?
No, we missed the flight.
You
Oh,
did?
but you
We
got your
missed the
bag, but you got
flight.
your bag.
I got my bag. They were just like, what is wrong with you? Why did you think that was going to work? And they checked every single bag.
With the tester?
With the drug tester.
Yeah.
And then we missed our flight by so far.
Oh.
And then we had to stay at the airport and catch a red eye.
Oh.
It ended up costing $700 for that.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that's not a gym story. It's probably not something that hopefully has happened to a lot of people. But I picture that as one of the high points of my lifting career.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
It was. I did make weight, and
Hey,
I did do the
success.
competition.
Because you sweated it
though.
off.
So
Yeah.
it was. I
It was all
did.
part of the training.
I did lose some sweat weight there. That's real.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of high notes, should we do some bubble up, bubble downs?
Let's do it.
Okay, do you want to go first, Jen?
Sure, I'll go. So let's see, bubble up. Reflecting over year end and all of that, I had a great holiday with family at home. And my boys came home from college and had such a great time with them. And I think it's a different experience when you can hang out with kids who feel like adults.
Mm-hmm.
And so my older son is 21. And him being here was just so much fun because we could like have a cocktail with him,
Yeah.
which was super fun.
Legally.
Yeah, legally, he didn't have to bring out his fake, and so it was really nice to be able to like hang out with the boys as older kids.
Mhm.
And then when I dropped them both off at the airport, they both said, "Mom, this was such a great trip. This might have been like one of my favorite visits."
Oh.
And that was my big bubble up. Yeah, that was really sweet.
That's so sweet.
Bubble down. Although Amy's helped me with this, bubble down was trying to face this daunting task of how can I get in shape this year, because I have menopause body, I've gained weight because of hormones and all this stuff. I really want to get behind it, but it felt overwhelming to me. Like, I don't want to do shit that I hate because it's not sustainable. However, I like your advice about like just frame it as curiosity, and then just see what you can do. Track being like maybe just active and mobile and start there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. My
Okay.
bubble down is now bubble up.
Hey.
Thank you, Amy.
Hey.
Thank
Hey.
you.
Hey.
Adding value. Okay, my bubble up. One of my previous work wives reached out to me last week. We worked together probably, I don't know, I want to say like 7 years ago or something. And she left our company and actually moved out of state. And so like we both had small kids and work and just life got in the way. We haven't been in touch as much. And so it was so fun. She reached out and at this new company she's at, there's an opportunity for us to work together again in like I'll do consulting work. But it was so fun. We got to catch up. And then
work-wise.
I know, and then we get to
Aw.
work together for a little bit again. So that was super exciting. And then my bubble down is I think I'm overly concerned about this 90-day challenge, which
Let's be honest. Nate's gonna faint by Friday.
oh my God, yeah.
So you got this in the bag.
Yeah, or he's gonna drop a ton of weight and then just gain twice as much back after the 90 days. So I think it's just hard because I have to like meal plan and prep and like be really mindful of the food piece of it. I can do the workout piece because I've already been doing that consistently, but yeah, it's the food piece. So I'm a little bit like, oh boy, when am I going to find the time and how am I going to stick to this?
If you need tips, I got hacks. Okay?
I need the
got
hacks.
hacks on hacks.
Hack me.
Because I'm busy and lazy
Yes.
when it comes.
Yes.
I don't like to cook. So
No.
I can help you with that.
Yes,
if you really do
please.
feel overwhelmed with the food prep, like
I do.
I can help you.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay, Ames, do you have a bubble up, bubble down?
I mean, gosh, that sure bubbled me up. Is that a verb?
Yeah.
When you said that helped you, that makes me feel like glad that I woke up and came down here, up here, because like
woke up.
Yeah.
You didn't get your 12 hours.
I didn't get all my 40 hours, but it's worth it if like it makes me really happy.
I
to hear
love the
that.
framing of it, and that's given me a new perspective. So
Good.
I'm gonna leave
Good.
today's
be
podcast
curious,
with some
right?
ideas, and we'll check back in.
Do that. You can message anytime too, and you can message me on Instagram too if you want.
I'm going to.
Speaking of which, what is your Instagram handle for people if they want to follow you?
It's so cool. It's actually a nickname. It's Lil Rambo 52. LIL.Rambo.52, which was a nickname given to me by a good friend of mine in college his name was Anthony AJ. He was he was like a UFC fighter. He was awesome. He was cool, and he made fun of me one time because he was helping me move, and I wouldn't let him help me because he's this huge dude. And I was always like, no, I got it, and like trying to carry the big furniture up the stairs. And he one day was just like, all right, little Rambo. And then made me laugh, and that stuck. So that's been my nickname. So it's
Why 52?
that was one of my weight classes. 52 kilograms was my first powerlifting weight class.
Okay.
So that was just weight class number. That was kind of how powerlifters used to do their
Okay.
in kilograms.
Do
So
you have a bubble down?
bubble down. I think on my bubble down is also a bubble up. at the same time. And that's my little baby daughter is almost 16 years old.
It's crazy.
And I am really excited, and I'm also so emotional about her getting older. Like,
really?
yeah, I'm excited for her to have like the freedom, and she's just growing into such an awesome, amazing, strong woman, and a little athlete as well. And I'm very proud of that. I'm proud of her mindset of all things. But it's just hard every time she gets older. I'm just like, why are you doing that again? So, like I don't know, like I can't believe it. It's going so fast, which is great and like shocking
it's the mix
at the
of all
same
of it.
time. Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's a bubble. It's like a circular bubble, kind of.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I'm so proud and I'm so like, I don't know, like it hurts at the same time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's weird because she keeps getting older, but I keep staying the same age.
Right, and same as me, which is
25.
I'm a little older than you.
27, is that?
I can't remember.
Yeah, okay.
Because I'm not good at math, but that's something I don't chart.
that's part of it. The weight and
We don't
and
check
age.
bad data.
Nope.
We check good. No, just
Yeah.
kidding. We only track good data, and the good data is that
That I'm 25.
that you're 25
Yep.
and that my daughter continues to exist.
Yep.
I think that's good.
Okay, so last question, Jen. After all this, would you go to the gym with Amy? Would you take a shit with Amy?
Would you poop with me?
I would have some planned constipation and then poop later. I think I would like want to do a little bit on my own, so I felt like I had a little bit more. I don't know.
It could be a field.
Self-respect.
It could be a field trip.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm gonna put that as a hard maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just have to like be curious for a while first.
We only have fun at the gym. You would not believe.
What?
It is true. Ask Lindsay. She's come to our gym.
I
we
did.
do much gym fuckery. We have very funs.
I went to her gym once, and me and my husband brought a karaoke machine.
Yeah.
And we karaoke'd while we worked out.
Yeah, I literally karaoke'd. He held it while I was deadlifting, and
Yeah, which I think goes against gym etiquette, right?
no,
Okay.
for sure not. That's
Good.
like the most bestest of all etiquettes. That's my.
I love it.
You know the saying like, if you don't have road rage, it's because you cause road rage. Maybe the reason why I don't have judge people in the gym is because everyone's looking at me like,
you.
the fuck is wrong?
You're the problem.
I'm the problem.
All right. Well, Amy, thank you so much for joining us, and please follow her socials if you want to see some amazing pictures of her and her monster husband. She has some really great pictures of some of her competitions and all sorts of stuff on there, and she also does some fun challenges with friends that are hilarious. So thanks for hanging out with us today on Shaken and Unfiltered. Don't forget to follow the podcast wherever you listen so you never miss an episode. We'd love for you to like, share, and drop a comment on our socials. You can find us at Shaken Unfiltered. And if you want more fun, head over to our YouTube channel for drink demos, extended podcast content, and we will make sure to put Amy's shirt, a picture of that up.
and also her workout faces.
Oh,
We
yeah.
do
Yeah.
a carousel of those.
Oh,
so,
yeah. So you never feel insecure again about making a dumb face.
Yeah.
I will take it all.
I'll just
for
call
you.
that my poop face.
There's actually an Instagram page called Faces of Powerlifting. Go check.
Okay.
And in the show notes, Ames, if you want to send us a link to your article
yeah.
about goals that you talked about, as
Yes.
well as you'll send me some of the apps that you recommend, and I'll add that in our show notes as well.
You got it.
Cool. All right.
Excellent.
Until next time, keep it shaken and always unfiltered.
Bye.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thanks, Amy.